was helpful. I helped.
You did a thing.
Keith is so helpful.
It's North Shofra, so go look at the underground map.
Yeah, why am I not?
Let's see.
Okay, underground.
And there should be Worshippers Woods, and then below the well.
There it is. Okay.
Yep,
Weird.
it's the northernmost grace to the left of Mog's Nightmare Zone. Now we get an individual message every time somebody appears.
Yeah, I like that.
Today I got an instance of Elden Ring having a proprietary message on the bottom of the screen, and that is a fun trick.
What's that?
I don't know what that means.
What? Sometimes I got a bespoke error message for a specific scenario, and I'm like, oh.
You mean like
fun.
a question mark prompt or whatever?
Not an error.
Oh.
It's not it wasn't a bug. It was the game using the in-game language, the messages that only ever say like 4 different things and saying a unique thing about a specific location. I'm like,
Oh.
That's fun. It's almost like the equivalent of having the fucking Gravelord message pop up and you're like, wait, what?
Oh, bye.
Jesus Christ. That would have been a long wait. So this is a long elevator ride.
It is a very long elevator ride. I haven't decided exactly what build I'm even going to do when we get to the DLC. There are definitely options for me. I kind of want to play around with Daikatanas because I do like them. I do like my dual Misericord build a lot, though.
I'm going to become Mesmere. That's it.
Oh, we'll have to do Queline's quest to get you some stuff, too, then. Invisalign, as I call him.
Big faith, big fire.
Wait, Quailigan, as I call him.
Quailigan, yeah, Quailigan is a that guy's such a fuck. I call him Invisalign because I think he's a nerd.
Did Andrew say he's making a Mesmer build?
Yep.
Yes.
I think that's fun. That's cool. Let's fight the unique rune bear over here.
The unique rune bear.
Yeah, he's a rot rune bear. I think this is the only one of these in the game. There might be one inside the rot boar cave or whatever. One thing that I thought might be fun is to do a sleep build using the special variant of sleep in the DLC, but I don't know. I'm not sure how great that would be.
Because what if it just never does anything?
Yeah,
at all?
exactly.
Don't let him hit me, no.
There we go.
Oh, he dead. Wow, that
He's
was
very
struggling
dead.
with a lot in the DLC is just... Please, Mr. Game, I have all these flasks. I wish I could use them. I consistently cannot actually... The idea of actually needing as many flasks as the game has given me has just ceased to be a concept in bosses, because I never can actually consistently heal more than a few times. I'm losing my fucking mind. It's wild how much the game just keeps getting faster, but the Estus doesn't.
Yeah, it's you really have to fight for
it's
time.
actually appalling how long his time is.
There you go. That fixed a weird lighting bug.
I did get into a relatively clean space eventually with the asshole frenzied flame guy, where I was like, okay, if I perfectly dodge behind him, I can do 1 heal per combo at the expense of getting any attacks in.
Yeah.
So it's either or every time.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah.
No, it takes too long. I don't have time for that shit.
I like that kind of design a lot because it makes it into this interesting like risk reward thing of like, all right, you have your 1 turn. It is time to do your turn. How do you choose? Are you going to press it? Are you going to try to do offense and then just count on having a heal later? Or, like stuff like that. I think it's really cool. I like it a lot.
What I'm struggling a bit with is I keep trying to make new builds and new weapons and see how those might work out.
Oh.
But then what'll inevitably happen is periodically I'll hit a boss that's just seems too tough, and I'm just like, how do I manage this? How am I gonna get past this boss? And after 10 attempts, I switch to the winged spear, and suddenly it's twice as easy. And I'm like, motherfucker. Why do I even touch the rest of this game? This fucking winged spear is so overpowered.
He did. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what is the winged spear bad at, and I'm not really coming up with anything.
It's got
Winged
such an overpowered
spear or
such
winged
an ab-
scythe?
Winged scythe.
Scythe.
Yeah.
It's got such an absurd weapon art. I love it so much.
It's got good range.
He's not shooting at
it's
me.
Fast.
Specifically,
He
that,
is
like,
shooting at me. What?
I'll be trying to learn the fight and would duck and weave and get all my moves in and blah 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 while just doing normal attacks because everything else seems too greedy on other weapons. And then the winged scythe, I just be like, haha, weapon art, haha, weapon art. You know, like, I just stacked a bunch of bleed and a bunch of stagger. You just flinched, and you're ready for a visceral and bleed proc. Fuck you. And I jumped over half your attacks while just mashing one button. Like, this is all right.
Woo.
All right. Let's go get the jars.
I wonder if there's any good weapon arts for whips.
There aren't
Or,
any
like,
special
actually-
weapon arts for whips.
So
That's
I
sad.
believe this is the other moment outside of Fia hugging you where your build gets copied.
Yep.
Just like
Chad
approaching this
asks,
thing.
were blood vials
does
faster
that.
than SS flask? Yes. By a massive degree. Blood vials were so fast in Elden Ring they basically weren't even like a timing concession you had to
Bloodborne,
make.
you mean?
In Bloodborne, yeah. In Bloodborne, you could heal so quickly that you basically didn't even have to make space for it. You having a good time? Is it a fun time? Do you like PvP? Do you like PvP, Mr. Man?
He's like, what the fuck did I invade into? This is supposed to be a tool.
Yeah. Average invasion in the games where you can only invade people that have summons.
Oh my god.
That guy now knows the experience of being attacked by the Demon Ruins Blunder.
He's a parry build, clever, but the AI isn't
Parry
gonna know.
these.
Yeah, the AI is gonna two-hand his misericord instead.
Where does the build get copied?
When you hug
Just
Fia.
when you hug
Or is
Fia,
it-
but also just approaching like somewhere walking up this hill, the thing will like
Is it-
ping the server with data
like-
about your build.
Like, are these guys the builds that it copies from other people or something?
Yes, although these ones are because we've been playing offline. Maybe no. Yeah, it must be pulling from the seamless co-op data. So yeah, these are probably real online builds.
Huh.
There are
Yeah.
some like stock default ones.
There are
if
some
you've
stock-
never connected
yes.
to the internet.
Exactly.
I think
exactly.
these two, the ones on the right, were base builds because I think that
Yeah.
I think the first guy that we fought on the left was actually a unique one because I
didn't
don't
even know they
remember
were
seeing him
online
at all.
builds.
Yeah.
I can't really remember.
I never knew they were online builds, but like I just thought they were like designated bespoke character. But I guess like somebody's real character would feel like an NPC as far as like they'd have like a vibe of being more original than just a random troop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you will get some wacky builds that can show up here as a result, which is really cool.
Yay, we got the jar arsenal.
Yay.
That's very
We did
helpful for
it.
people who need equip load. All right, cool. We did that part. Let's go down to Fort Height West and begin our trek into Nokron.
Hooray!
Nokron. Ba-brum, ba-bum-bum. That's interesting. Okay.
Let's see.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know what weapons I'm going to use from the DLC if we eventually get some. I would like to do the DLC at least. So what I was talking to Illusory about before we started streaming was just this idea that like we can go up to completely safely. We can go up to Castle Ensis and then fight the boss Rolana. If we do that, we will be perfectly fine. We will not break any quests. That will allow Ka to get perfumes. That will allow me to get, or allow anyone, I guess, to get like Milady and
Milady.
the Carrion Sorcery Sword if we want someone who wants to cast stuff. Though that's not actually really a great casting weapon. You're better to just soft swap. There is backhand blades, and we could get some of the Smith script weapons. We could get the throwing knives if people wanted to play around with those.
The throwing hammer is the funniest one because you have to like fucking Olympian throw it.
Yeah. I still I think that the throwing weapons are a little sus. I did a lot of like testing with them. I think the throwing hammer might be the best of them, other than the shield. The shield is really good.
I love the shield.
Yeah, the shield also was like super OP and broken by accident during the first patch of the DLC, which was interesting.
The
But
thrusting shield.
no, the throwing shield.
It's
Smithscript shield.
Like a small
I don't remember that
shield.
one.
Yeah, it's just a tiny little like
Captain
small
America
shield that you
shield.
can throw. It's in one of the forges, but yeah, it's we could get a few of those weapons as well. You know, I don't think we'll have access to the Smithscript Circ, unfortunately. And if we want to we could get the Guts sword. You guys could get the Great Sword of Solitude. I would really like to get a Daikatana, possibly, because I think that would be fun to play with. Because I haven't had an opportunity to really use one yet, and I really like that moveset, actually. So yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
We could clear out some of the golems.
Brave takes in 2024. A Daikatana fan.
Yeah.
Who is this joke for?
Me specifically, a human being who has played Daikatana.
You and
Really
Spoon
not
are the
me.
only ones.
Let's go.
Did you say you and Spoonie?
Yeah. The old Noah and Twyler.
I could build for Ghost Flame, which could be thematically cool. Oh, we could also get martial arts if anyone wants to play with martial arts. Honestly, Illusory, that could be fun for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Ice punches.
Martial arts is fucking crazy, and it's actually really good for arcane as well. Apparently,
bye-bye.
does
I
really
think
good
that'd
at
be
cult
fun. Yeah,
damage.
'cause I haven't really messed with that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Martial arts is great. It requires building for jump attacks because kicks are going to be the best way to get your damage up. But
Okay.
the
Hey, I like doing jump attacks.
my recommended build for martial arts is the build that I used to go through most of the DLC, which is Raptor of the Mists as your Ash of War, and then it basically gives you a Sekiro parry where you just press L2 whenever damage is coming towards you, and you teleport
where is
above
that?
someone. We already have it.
Where is that? Where is it? We already have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that from Euro.
The first fight with Yura against the Ravenmount assassin gives you Raptor of the Mists.
Yep.
And it basically, when you use it, it has a really, really, it's basically like frame 1 to frame 15. You are just invulnerable, and if anything hits you, you instantly teleport above someone and can do a falling jumping attack.
But if they're doing a combo, it's not very useful.
Yes, it's very dangerous because you'll get hit out of the air. But it basically allows you to avoid damage and like punish people really well, especially if your weapon has a really good jumping R2, which
I don't have that.
you should. It's an Ash of War.
Oh, it's an Ash of War.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a. I thought it was a talisman.
No. There are
That would be
no
insane
parry
if a talisman
talismans,
gave you a new
unfortunately.
button.
I thought, man, okay. I don't want to use an Ash of War for that.
It's
Why
pretty
not?
good.
That doesn't go with the build that I'm currently running.
You just
I thought it
do you
was
have
a
do you have a
talisman.
current Ash of War you like?
The one I'm using on my great weapon is I can't remember what specifically, but it's really good. It's really good for allowing me to dodge big winded attacks, which everyone seems to fucking want to do in the anime DLC.
The Wolong DLC.
The DLC is so mean. You can't say Wolong DLC in front of Toaster.
Yeah, I would. It actually
he will
gives me
bite.
indigestion. Like the idea of it, it hurts me.
Both the idea that it is Wolong and the idea that Wolong would have DLC.
Yes, true. God, Wolong was so bad. I could talk forever about why that DLC kind of sucks. That game kind of sucks. I mean,
You should. Maybe you should make it like a.
I did a whole 28 episode Let's Play of that game, and I hated it.
No.
It was bad.
Yeah, but that's
You got to cut that down into a retrospective.
No,
exactly.
no, I don't. I do not have to do that. In fact, that would be bad for my mental health, my already deteriorating mental health.
Oh, yeah, I remember when I was talking about doing little post playthrough videos because people would watch them.
I could
Then I
do like a
I just keep
rant.
not doing that when I think about doing it.
Not like a literal rant, but just like I could probably convince myself to do a post-game postmortem where I talk for 10 minutes just like without any editing, just like here's what I liked about this game, here's why I think it's bad. But like
I think those would be very accessible.
Yeah. But also I don't really like to like in as much as I'll like talk shit about a game while I'm playing it, like I don't actually like to put out an opinion that is like not researched. So like when I'm like if I'm
bespoke video,
yeah, because it's like
I was just having the thought of like I kind of don't love the idea because like it's one thing when it's me talking over the credits of the game at the end in that context, but it's another thing to have it just like an individually searchable thing, like suddenly my opinion. I feel like I need to write it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that inherently defeats the purpose of it being sort of easy content at the end of a playthrough. So I feel like I need to like actually like script it out. But then, given what it is, it won't do well enough to justify that work. Because I also don't, I wouldn't want to put that much work into a goofy little recap-y opinion piece at the end of my playthrough on my Let's Play channel. But I also wouldn't want to dilute my essay channel by putting stuff like that on it. So,
Oh my god, these dragon moves. What am I even doing?
So I was just thinking, like, I was planning on doing that kind of stuff, and then I'm like, I forgot to do it for Ribbon.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll warm up to the idea of it, but I don't know. It makes me nervous. I already hate having an opinion on the internet to begin with, because I hate having to listen to other people's opinions. So it's like, it's just exhausting.
We still invite Toaster onto the podcast, but we stopped returning our calls.
Okay, well, the reason for that is I don't sleep. And then when
Except specifically when we podcast.
Except specifically when you podcast, because it's Sundays at 10 in the morning for me. And like the message comes out at 9:30 when I am dead ass asleep, and I've gotten 2 hours of sleep the weekend cumulatively before it. So
we started doing them earlier because
Kernel.
they're late for Kernel.
Yeah. It's just hard. It's hard for me to be awake at them. I'll try better next week. I'll try to be awake. I don't like not being on the podcast. However, one thing I will say is that being on the podcast always is literally the worst decision I've ever made in my life every time it happens. So
yes. That was the original joke.
Yes, yeah, it always is.
Toaster has stopped returning our calls.
Yeah, it's brutal.
At the end of every podcast, you're just stressed out about the fact that you expressed opinions. In public.
Yep.
That's opinions are all I have.
Yeah,
sometimes you don't even have those. Sometimes it's just
the thing is that when I don't share my opinion, I objectively when I don't express my opinion online, I objectively have peace and quiet, which is really great. And then the moment that I say anything, the peace and quiet.
To being an online person.
I am. It is.
While hating it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's just stressful. That's all.
You hate being exposed to the internet, but also want to be the internet.
Yeah, I want the internet to be exposed to me. I don't want to be exposed to the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a thing. It's just bad. The world is bad right now. You know, it's like you get radiation poisoning when you're too close to a nuclear bomb for too long. And that's just what I feel like using the internet is just like slowly getting sick. And that's how I feel right now. I'm like actually doing really poorly when it comes to the internet. It's not great. So it just is what it is.
I feel like at this point I'm just a Fallout ghoul. Like no amount of radiation is gonna do anything anymore. It's too late.
Smooth skin.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I feel like. It's like it's over. Like everything about me is melted away. The internet can't hurt me anymore.
The question right now is who is it gonna copy when we walk in here?
How are we all emotionally dealing with the fact that Fallout, the television show, made the ghoul hot?
He's so hot.
Like he's the hottest character in the show, and he's supposed to be a noseless zombie ghoul.
I'm gonna walk in here, and I hope it copies me. And then I will put my equipment back on afterward. I am wearing armor, but I unequipped my weaponry.
Did this boss need to be cheesed?
If I had my spells out, it would have been a pain in the dick. Oh, it copied Illusory.
That's confusing.
It copied
Keith.
Keith.
I have whips.
I see Illusory.
I see
Illusory.
I see a boss with whips.
What?
I see
no.
Keith's build.
How is that working?
Don't let it attack, it'll crash the game.
Oh, I got stamped.
What is it attacking? What is it attacking? No, don't stun lock it. I want to see what it does for a second. Then we can go back to stun locking it.
It's not synced up between
Yeah,
us.
it's he's using your no, that whip
He's
animates
chasing
correctly.
me.
He's
doing
two-handing
a
against Keith. He did
Yeah,
stamp
he just
just
started two-handing
now.
a sword.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
two-handed
also don't
losers.
see Illusory.
What do you see?
Oh.
No, I mean I don't see Illusory the player.
Oh.
What a fun third option.
That is
Fucking
actually deeply
chaos.
funny.
Good God, the defense on this fucker is so high.
Yeah. He's almost as strong as Mimiktus are when you summon them.
Ugh.
That was the most confusing argument I've ever had about Elden Ring, was when we did an Elden Ring podcast like 6 months ago, and Toaster kept arguing that the Mimic doesn't have any more health than you do.
No, it has the way its stats operate is different, so it doesn't. The argument wasn't just about health; it was about how much damage it takes and how strong it is. Of
I
which
was explaining that the Mimic is way tankier than the player is that summons
damn.
it, and you were arguing against that. And I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? That's
because-
the entire function of the Mimic is that he's super tanky.
No, the thing with the Mimic is that he'll have like high damage negation and scaled damage, but he can't fight bosses on his own. So the argument that like, oh, the Mimic will
Yeah,
just
but
fight the boss for you isn't true,
No,
because the
that
Mimic
was
will
never
just
the
get
claim.
stun
The-
locked.
The whole point was just that the Mimic is so powerful because that it acts as a super reliable companion because it's so hard to kill.
Except it's super easy to kill. That's the problem with the Mimic.
The Mimic's more durable than almost anything else you can summon in this game, but it's in particular
Unless it's a
way
combo
more durable
move.
than you because you get two shot.
Basically, every
And the Mimic
spirit
can just-
summon.
The Mimic can just sit there and tank like 100 hits. It's
Like
incredible.
the big downside to the Mimic is that like there are ashes that are tankier than it. That's like the trade-off. Especially like mausoleum soldiers can last forever. Fucking mesmer soldiers last forever. They have so much health. Teilu is in the new DLC is like crazy for that. The Mimic in terms of like survivability is actually not very high on the in terms of other Ash. Like it is just not actually a very
yeah, but
survivable
that's not what the
Ash.
conversation was.
The conversation was about it just tanking for you and it having like it being stronger than the player, because that was Colonel's whole argument was you just take out the Mimic and it beats the game for you, which is not what
I
it
don't think
does.
No.
That is absolutely what was being said.
No, the discussion was just the fact that it is way tankier, and then you were like, no, it doesn't have any more health than you do. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, it has reduced stats compared to you. That's what I was saying.
No.
Literally, yes.
No.
Okay.
I remember.
Okay. All right.
Because I've been thinking about it for the last half
Yeah.
a year, because I was like, what the fuck was he
Yeah.
talking about?
And I'm saying I don't think you understood my argument, which is fine. But my point was, and I had this argument in Discord the other day too, where it's like, enemies with player animations have player stats. Their damage negation is slightly different, and the way that their effective HP works is different. But you can load their character profiles, and like you can see like their character creation data and all that stuff. Like all of that exists, and the Mimic objectively has less stats than the player. That's how they scaled the Mimic. The difference is just how summonable Ash HP and damage negation works. But I don't think that makes up for the fact that the Mimic is weaker than the player overall. He does less damage than you. He just dies. He just gets shredded. Like, it's not that simple. That was my argument in that conversation, because Colonel was the one saying that you just summon the Mimic and it beats the game for you. On the logic, which he has said many times, that he had trouble with Millennia and died against her 180 times and then summoned the Mimic and won on the first try because the Mimic makes the game easier because the Mimic is like 3 times as strong as you, which isn't true.
Yeah, it seems especially odd because that's just another target for her to lifesteal.
Yes, exactly.
That was the big barrier, was the fact that the Mimic can just carry you through the entire base game until you hit Malekith and Millennia, at which suddenly he's completely useless. Malekith is such a fucked up anime warrior that he can't even interact with summons. Like they're not playing the same video game anymore as each other.
Oh boy.
He's discovered the secret of fancy armor, where the less it covers, the stronger you are.
Yeah,
guys
if
got
he
some
doesn't,
friends coming.
yeah, he doesn't have any crotch armor, therefore he can fly and shoot Ichigo blasts at you.
Yep.
Oh my god.
They're not doing great. They're They're having a bad time.
All right, there's a lot of stuff in this little area that we can and should do.
Yeah. So where's this bleed dagger?
Oh, that's pretty far away, I think. I think that's actually in Nokron or Noxtella. Great Horn Hammer. Damn, nice. Wow, I got a bunch of drops off
I
them.
thought I looked it up and it was just in the upstairs half of this map.
Yeah, that's like where the Finger Slayer blade is, and that's a little bit of a ways away.
Porky. Anything he wants to find is too far.
No, it's not too far. It's just
It's not anything. I've wanted.
We'll
one
get there in
thing for the
15
most
minutes.
part.
My point is it's not somewhere we're just gonna run up to because we have to we have to do a few more things.
What? I probably found this in the base game too, but why is there Grace here? Just because it's 5 feet away from this house? Oh, right. That's what you meant. Right. This whole, right. There's a whole, like, city over here, and that's where you get the mimic tier and everything. Because you drop off that one ledge.
We did it.
Oh, big snow. Why was the snow hitting me?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That bug again?
That'll be a fun time for us.
Was it hitting you, or was the shaman lady using her like weird mist spell at the same time, and that stuff hit you? Because she'll do that too.
Yeah, she was still singing.
Do this right here. There's a red wolf of Radigan around here.
Yeah.
Just stuffing a bunch of bones in my pocket.
Beast bones.
Here we go. Here he is.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, the wolf.
This wolf's got a sword.
Oh, even better.
You won't believe how many more sifs we can make in this series.
Yes. What? Huh?
Oh. He just disappeared. That was really creepy. It's the trapper fox again.
You fuck. Who's teaching this wolf spells?
That's one of my favorite pieces of Elden Ring's fan art. Is the wolf with a little like a little college grad hat, studying in Relicaria. Touch the flames. We still never fought the original ancient beast that we unlocked, did we?
Yeah, we did. Did we?
No.
I don't think we did.
Oh,
well then.
Oh, we unlocked it. Yeah. So yeah, we should totally.
Yeah,
do
and
that.
I was like,
we'll do that
why are
right
we
after
leaving?
this.
We haven't fought it yet. And you were like, we gotta do this other thing for some reason.
Because I wanted to make sure that we finished Celavis's quest. That's why. So yeah, we should go back and do that really quickly. Yeah.
So you're lighting these things. I'm like, this seems familiar. Hang on a minute.
Go away, rats. I'm gonna die if I don't. Need help with this, Speedle. Oh my god.
For some reason, one of the strangest things about Elden Ring to me is the number of bosses that happen exactly twice.
Mm-hmm. Enchanted
Not enough to be
shot.
recurring, but also but too many times to be unique. There's just 2. Very specifically. 2 Astels, 2 ancient beast things.
I mean, there are technically
2 Mogs?
5 Astals in the game. I think.
Do you fight 5?
Yeah.
I guess there's the weird ceiling ones, yeah.
Yeah, there's
that
the ceiling ones.
Aren't really a boss fight. They're just a weird turret thing that shoots spells.
Woo! But then
After
there's
how much trouble I had with Astel, I was just viscerally upset when I walked into another room with another one hours later. Like, no.
Well, they are kind of the big bad of the magic plot line. They're very scary.
Such an upsetting boss.
Dangerous.
I still don't think still don't feel like I learned the fight at all.
It is the fight in my first-person run where I just had to switch my build because.
Oh, I remember you saying.
Yeah. So in first person, your weapons like reach where you point, even when you're locked on or even when you're trying to use aim assist. And unfortunately, the Clayman harpoon will not track the Astal's head, and thus you just can't fucking hit them. So I had to switch to Moonveil so that I could use the Art of War to hit them.
The model
Yeah,
necklace
that's
plus
funny.
one.
Yay.
What's in the box?
Interesting FP item. Ancestral Infant's Head. The vapor becomes a temporary geyser, which deals continuous damage to everything it touches. Just think of how many sproutings it has.
That seems upsetting.
Yes.
All right, we might need to
I'm
teleport.
starting to think the lore of this game, where every single character goes insane and dies, might be upsetting.
Yes, correct. Wait, did we... Hold on. Wasn't there supposed to be a bonfire? I'm confused. I thought we found a
Yeah, Ancestral
bonfire.
Woods.
Oh, Ancestral
bonfire?
Woods. That's what it's called. I was thinking Worshipper's Woods. That's over here. Okay, I'm going to go back to Ancestral Woods. Yes.
Let's see, where was the dead baby talisman?
At the...
It was just a
Huh?
chest at the very end.
Yeah, and a chest at the end.
This
Yep.
is awful.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my other thing. I don't know why people settle for anything. People are like, no, I want things to go back to normal. I don't. I want it to be better. I want shit to be like not ever talking to me again. I don't ever want to look at systems. Like, why do I look at systems at all? It's like, no, I want to go back to hyper maintaining systems. Why aren't there dead animals here? What the fuck is this shit?
All right.
Did you guys kill all these animals?
I'm back, and I'm
God.
heading towards the Night Sacred Ground. Where are you guys?
Why aren't the dead animals
just like a-
here?
There's just like a pit of bodies. Like, why? Why are there so many dead animals?
Are you guys
Is it
in
necessary?
the city right now?
No,
Oh, okay.
No.
Well,
we're
I'll...
following you now.
Okay, I will wait over here then on this thing.
Let's see.
So there
I'm
is
on the Grace.
there is something here that I want to point out when we get over here because I think it's really interesting, like really interesting, and I don't know what to make of it. And it will relate to the DLC, and I'm not going to spoil anything big in the DLC, but it is very interesting.
What did you do?
I jumped onto Illusory and almost fell off the ledge. because
Yeah,
of
you
it.
almost. Yeah.
I-
That is very
I
scary.
was wondering why you're rearing up to do a running jump when there was just a ledge directly under us.
Because I like to have fun, but I forget that multiplayer is a risk-reward system.
So
We like to have fun here.
these big guys right here are really interesting because we know that the Nox did something to anger the Greater Will, and a lot of people have assumed that that is building the mimics, right, and experimenting with mimicry magic, which is totally possible, totally viable. But what's really intriguing is that there are these weird like statues, and they have the Clayman and like all these weird mockeries of life. But really, there are only a few places in the game where like bodies are petrified like this. And one of the places that you see things like this is in the Tower of Bellerot, which is composed from the bodies of dead people. So interesting.
It's so
just
weird,
weird.
that the staircase is a ramp.
It is weird that the staircase is
I don't
around.
know what that means for. I don't know what that means for the lore, but
Yeah, it's very
thinking of
deep.
Illusory's last video.
But yeah,
the staircase is just a ramp. You can just walk up, and it's so weird.
I can't look
Except
at this.
that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part's not. But the first 3 steps are a ramp. It's so weird.
Very interesting. Anyway, hopping down here, we're gonna start fighting humanoid mimics now. They go poof, and then they're a person. You wanna fight me?
Also, just like everywhere else, these people were fucking huge.
Well,
The lore of Elden Ring is you are the smallest man who was ever born
Having a lot of runes makes you big.
until Bach. Yeah, they always do the
Just
soul
like One
lore.
Piece.
Ooh, I almost ran off into that. That would have been cool.
Kettle asks
It's
if we're
true.
gonna slot in the DLC before the end of the game. Yes, we're gonna do it in 2 chunks.
You're good.
Oop.
Bye.
How's the ground?
There isn't one down there.
How's the
Oh.
void?
The ground is what I was aiming for.
Nascent butterfly.
Sugar, baby.
But yeah, I do want to go to the DLC and do everything up through Castle Ensis relatively early so that we can play with some of the weapons in the actual base game. That'll be really fun. But we will not be progressing past Castle Ensis, really. We might do a little bit of the Shadow Altus, but we don't want to pop the Shadow Keep stuff, so we're not going to touch that.
I don't know what that means.
When you go near the Shadow Keep, you get a message that says a charm has broken, and that's when the world state changes.
That's supposed to happen near the Shadow Keep?
It happens when you either enter the front gate of the Shadow Keep or you cross into an area that has access to the area behind the Shadow Keep, which is like Bonnie Village. So-
Yeah, that's where I saw it break. in
Yeah,
my
I was like
picture.
near a university.
There you
or
go,
cathedral
Keith.
Or something when it happened, and I was like, I don't understand what's happening right now. I also don't know what changed.
Yep. I mean, I could give you spoilers, but it's in a place that I don't think
Yeah.
you've been to. So
Yeah.
it is a place you can access. It's like a
Maybe
quest
we should
line
go
thing,
there
but-
first this time,
Sure.
so we can see what changes when the change happens.
Yes. Yeah, we can absolutely do that.
It also gives all
Ta-da!
the NPCs new dialogue.
It does give
Wait.
NPCs new dialogue. Yes.
Yeah, that was the most interesting part because it's the 17th character that seems like they're basically Griffith. Like, hang on a minute. I'm thinking it might be bad to all follow this person. Gold chest item. Oh, yep, that would do it. That would be worthy of a golden glow as the fucking mimic tier.
I need to acquire Berserk.
As in the
Berserk is
manga?
Yeah.
In what way?
The manga.
I'm sure Andrew could help.
I just picked up the last of the deluxe editions, and
Is there a service it is on?
no.
No, damn.
No.
I've been getting it all as deluxe edition hardcovers, yeah. I'm behind. I have a
Okay,
stack of
I
them,
am
but
This
I
thing
haven't read them yet.
is an enemy, and it will rush you and hurt you. So you should run over
There it is.
here and hide in here, and then take these guys out, and then it can't get in the side areas. It can't do nothing about it. Oh no, chilling mist. Go away. Very good. And then now, while it's stuck, we can just like,
Enhances jump attack.
Can you freeze a ball?
I need to check because I think my main Elden Ring character doesn't have the jump attack talisman.
You might not if you didn't do the quest with Yura and invade the Raven Mountain Assassin, because I think you get it from him as well. I could be wrong
Oh, yeah,
about
I missed
that.
this entire quest chain because he was hiding behind this sneaky glyph that I thought was a wall.
Oh yeah.
That was the other thing. I forgot if I mentioned that in the previous stream or not. But we're learning about the Elden Ring voice actors, having Miyazaki sit in on the sessions. The voice actor for Yura is apparently a big fan of these games.
Yeah.
As an icebreaker to Miyazaki, he apparently told him, like, "Hey man, love these games. Bloodborne's one of my favorite games. Not Sekiro though; it's too hard."
Yeah.
He told Miyazaki that, which is fucking incredible.
Genuinely
Apparently-
funny.
He's
very
correct.
yes, and apparently Miyazaki just laughed or whatever, which is I don't know. That's a very funny introduction.
It is too hard.
I have been.
I bet he gets that a lot though. Can you imagine how often people keep telling him his games are too hard? Like every fucking time.
It's
It's
very
good to be
funny.
noticed.
I want to replay Sekiro so badly. Like it's been.
Do it.
I
I
need to
fun.
replay it at some point.
Yeah, I just have to clear other things off my list so that I can do it. It's been truly haunting me. Like all I want to do lately is play through Sekiro again. That game
Part
is
of how things
so good.
Part of how things work is that if you become known for anything,
What?
then you kind of do become known for one thing.
Yes.
The number of times that people to my face usually either say that they love the Lego Sheep video or the Ad Astra video specifically. And it's cool, but it's also always the same thing.
Real Keith heads love the Wasteland 2 episode 1.
The fact that was my most successful video for literally years, but it's also a video no one remembers me making. It was funny because like it was just a relic of the algorithm and not actually indicative of what my fans wanted at all, or even where they came from.
Yeah.
But that was funny though. Like it got my Wasteland Let's Play got shared by the creator of Wasteland.
All right, Finger Slayer Blade. Now
Dr. Fargo.
We are going to hold off on this for a bit. We're not going to touch Ronnie's quest. I mean, we could if we really wanted to, but I don't know. No one really wants to get the Dung Eater puppet, do we?
I don't know what
We
that
don't have to
means,
do that
really.
now.
Yeah. So
We should go kick the ancestral boss's ass.
yes, we should go fuck up the ancestral bosses.
Where did people just warp to the thingy?
No, I just used the little teleport in front of the Finger Slayer Blade. Finger Slayer Blade item, very interesting item. If we look at it, it looks like a corpse that's been hewn into a blade, which if you've ever played Elden Ring before, you know that is what happens at the end of the game to one of the end bosses. The hidden treasure of the eternal city of Nokron, a blade said to have been born of a corpse. This blood-drenched fetish is proof of the high treason committed by the Eternal City and symbolizes its downfall. Cannot be wielded by those without a fate, but it is said to be able to harm the Greater Will and its vassals. I have no idea what to make of that. I feel like a lot of people expected to get more clarity on that in the DLC, and we didn't. So I don't know. But
Womp womp.
The Finger Slayer Blade, if it is to be believed, may have been made out of the corpse of the Nox's candidate for the Elden Lord. So kind of interesting. Just a weird possibility. We're missing one
Oh my god, we're missing just one.
one torch. I don't know where it is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have no idea which one we missed, so time to ride around frantically.
Kettle Chips in my chat says we still haven't gotten a full Let's Play of Lisa. So yeah, Keith.
Technically,
Yeah,
well,
Keith.
the base game, yes, just not the DLC. Here's the torch. It's because we got interrupted by the because Lisa was a bonus multiplayer thing like this was. It wasn't part of the main schedule, so it wasn't the highest priority. And then, but I then wanted to start doing Ad Astra on the channel, and the only person I had on hand was Stephanie. And so that became a main show, so that was a priority to maintain. But then it wasn't always easy to keep up with that, so I lost track of.
We should do the
getting back to
easier
the
one
Lisa
first,
DLC.
just as an aside, just to make it less.
That makes sense.
Yeah, a little bit more of a build up.
But then frustrating, the Lisa DLC is a fucking labyrinth. So not only do I not have access to Stephanie to finish it, but even if I did, I don't know where to go. It's gonna be a very frustrating, bad mood vibe when I finally try to finish that DLC, because I'm gonna spend like an hour just trying to find the content that even is the next new thing, just so I can then like kind of mime remembering what was happening in the story and read the dialogue and finish it and be like, it's over, I did it.
Lisa's just going to be like that other game that you
out
played
90%
with
of the
Andrew, Deadly Premonition, like 8 times, where you have 7 episode 1s and then finally a completed
Yeah.
playthrough.
When the secret there, like always, was to just not play with other people. All of my difficult playthroughs feature. I have a really good track record of completing things. All of my incomplete things are like
People.
multiple Deadly Premonition playthroughs with Andrew, or Sonic 06 with Andrew, or Shibuya Scramble with Andrew, or
Wow,
Lisa
what the
with,
fuck?
or
What the shit?
Lisa with
With Andrew.
no,
Damn, I think we
Lisa
gotta kill
with
this Andrew
Stephanie, and
Yeah, what the hell?
Baldur's Gate 3 with Toaster.
To be fair, we're fucked with Baldur's Gate 3. This is like fully not just my fault.
I feel like we might
It's
need
kind
to do
of
some
it's
save
it's
editing
not
to
that
save
much
that.
the glitch. It is more availability.
I mean, real life is a problem, but it does suck when I have 3 hours to record and the first 45 minutes of every session is the game breaking. Like, it's just
Yeah.
really a pain in the dick. All right.
So are we warping down to
Yeah. Warp down
to the riverbank?
Yeah,
Ship,
show
Chief
for
of Riverbank.
River Break.
Yeah.
Yep. Riverbank. Let's do it.
Good. I've got some water to deposit.
Well, we did make it the furry boss in
The
Lisa.
riverbank.
Boonch.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go pee.
That's
Yeah,
the water I have to deliver.
Have to deposit. Got some liquids.
But no, I'd like to finish the DLC for Lisa and also get to the fan games of Lisa or whatever.
It's time to do Lisa
That's a whole
Definitive
weird
Edition
thing.
and just start from scratch.
I think it already was definitive when I played it. Maybe not.
The Definitive Edition came out like a year and a half ago, so probably
Yeah.
not.
I don't think they changed anything. Really.
I don't know. I have no idea. I think some of the music is different, maybe.
The struggle is just that everything I try to do, there's just too many things. There's more.
There's too many
There's
things,
always
yeah.
more. Like I'm thinking of getting around to like resist times 1,000 or whatever, but
Yep.
I have to finish airing this playthrough of the DLC, and I've got to finish airing, what's it called? The Lorelei, so that I can then go back and cover the third part of the Talos Principle 3 DLC, which was 3 chapters, and then after all that, I can then think about covering another game, maybe.
I have a lot of gaps coming up in my schedule, so I just I need to fill some stuff, but also all of the games I'm playing right now are like kind of long in the
Oh,
tooth.
this guy does not have health.
No.
Ah! Stop kicking me in the face.
Hey, he's routed.
Who was
And
romancing
poison.
Halson? No one was.
Yeah, no one was romancing Halson.
He doesn't like us.
Correct.
We were having the same problem in our home game where his affection was spread between 4 PCs because we had 4 player characters. But then randomly, very late in Lower City, he just opened up to one of the players.
Oh,
Yeah,
brother,
I
you look
couldn't
delicious.
get any of the characters I liked to like me.
Yeah, it was a tragedy for Keith.
We sacrificed Will to a blood god.
That's the right choice.
Hmm.
All right, now I can go back to Ancestral Woods.
We did it. That wasn't
yeah.
even Good Souls.
It wasn't Good Souls, but it was nice to get it out of the way. I met my wife, and I'm ride or die, baby. That's how my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough went. We just locked eyes on each other and knew.
Meet wife.
That's
get
pretty
egg.
much how mine was.
Asterion told me to go fuck myself.
And
And Halson hasn't even had like the option to even talk about it. I don't think.
that was deeply funny.
So I got stuck with Will, the most boring character. I would have at least preferred Karlach. Damn.
Karlach's great.
Yeah, as much as I love, I do love Shadowheart a lot, but I like her because she's like my best friend and not like my girlfriend. Though she is smoking hot. She is a babe.
Why did my screen fade to black?
'Cause someone activated
To
his
teleport
alarms.
you.
I was in the middle of being murdered.
Are you guys not teleporting?
We were
I did.
fighting the ancestral followers that got aggroed.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, they're just Lysel, baby girl, forever, wife forever, permanent wife.
You and Toaster have something in common, which is that your most popular playthroughs are popular by accident. That's just every Let's Play channel.
Yeah.
You don't get to choose.
You don't get to
videos
choose
doing
which one.
well.
Yeah.
The games
That's just what being on YouTube is.
the games and art that are good are never the things that are determined by the masses. It's just like sometimes it overlaps and that's cool, but like most of the time,
Yeah.
the worst game on your channel is the one.
Yeah, I did a video essay about Annihilation. I got 4,000 views. I got a video essay about Monster Hunter. I got 4,000 views. I did a video essay about Beastars. I got 1.2 million views.
Well,
It just
anime.
happens. Just happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I always think it's a little dumb when people are like this channel's dying and blah blah blah, and then people do like videos that are quote unquote historical documentary type things that always claim like they always like anthropomorphize the channel and narrativize why it happened the way it did or why things went up and down, and they create explanations for everything. But the real answer is that a black box controls the entire website and no one knows how it works.
Yep. Now it's going to come back, and it's going to get health back.
I get really annoyed when channels that recap other channels in various ways claim to understand why a channel did well or didn't do well in different years, and I'm like, you don't know that. And you do a YouTube channel, so you don't know that, because you don't know, because you also know that you don't know what's going to happen on your channel.
Yeah, but the audience doesn't know that. Oh God.
He's sucking our souls out. That's a lot of health.
Yeah, he kills the animals around him to heal.
Stop dying, nerd.
Little fuck.
I like, can barely hit him. My weak little daggers. He juked me.
Yeah. I've just been chasing him for so long now.
Yep.
Come back.
I like his music. It is very weird.
Yeah, you get enough time to hear it because you can never hit the boss.
There we go.
I really enjoy a video game that has a distinctly different soundtrack.
There we go.
Like that is part of the appeal of Lisa, but it's also like part of the appeal of like Witcher 3. I like revisiting the Witcher 3 soundtrack every now and then. It's just like it's so separate from every other soundtrack I've heard in a game. It's nice.
Wow.
You get tired of generic fantasy orchestras.
Yes.
All right.
I'm on camera stopping dead in my fucking tracks when Pyre randomly hit me with an electric guitar song because I was like, this isn't the options list. This is outside of what's allowed. Wait.
Caelid Catacombs. Why is this marked with a boss? Why did we not want to do this when we did it?
I have fun when a game hits you with music that's even outside of what's the genre of the rest of the game's music, seemingly. You're like, hang on a minute.
All right.
Hang on a minute.
Did we not do the Caelid Catacombs?
I have it marked with a boss that we haven't finished yet, and I want to know
I'll just
why.
warp. Yeah, I'll just warp there and see if I can warp out.
We cannot warp out, so we did not do the Caelid Catacombs. This is not something we like need. Okay, yeah, I mean we can do it if we want to.
Yeah, why not?